We begin with number 26, Marco Rivas Rodriguez. Marco is escorted by his parents, Luis and Meg. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Ryan Acoma.
So wait, he's not supposed to be capturing the families in the center?
Ryan is escorted by his mom, Catherine, and sister, Rachel. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Yared Sanchez. Yared is escorted by his parents, Antonio and Ada.
They would have to do like senior night, like the same night for everyone. That's
Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, JP Carla. JP is escorted by Howard Sugar and Paulina.
the trophy case isn't really needed. It's a camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 18, Samuel Buñuel. Samuel is escorted by his parents, Paula and William and family. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, Samuel Espinosa. Samuel is escorted by his parents, Angela and Daniel. Ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Mayan White. Mayan is escorted by his parents, Morella, Mayan, and grandparents, Mrs. and Mrs. White.
Cow Pharaoh.
He's better than whoever.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Oliver colors escorted by his parents, Julian and Harley.
Yeah, John's on his Does she bring money at one? We get it, who said that?
Ladies and gentlemen, number 31, Darling Collins! Garland is escorted by Clarence Garland and Emma.
Oh yeah, Garland! Garland! Mr. T! Mr. B, I mean, Mr. Steve.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 20, Dominic Yay! Dominic is escorted by Clarence Flamingo and Mr. Chow.
Adele.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 15, Justin Marshall. Justin is escorted by Tom, Lily, and Ann.
John.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Danielle. Danielle is escorted by parents, Elizabeth and Elder, and sister Giselle. Ladies and gentlemen, number 24, Wilson Estrella. Wilson is escorted by Karen Jacqueline and Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, number 6, Captain Tariq Pacific. Three is escorted by parents Fatima and Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Captain Mikola Dotson. Mikola is escorted by parents Sana and Olaf. Ladies and gentlemen, number 9, Captain Simon Diaz. Simon is escorted by his parents, Bernie and Liliana, and sister Ashley. And ladies and gentlemen, number 7, Captain Lucas is escorted by his parents, Anita and James.
Kyle.
21, Jason Medina. Number 22, Misael Aguilar. Number 14, Jose Rodrigo Tavera. Number 13, Jason Rodriguez. Number 11, Devonto Rodney. Number 10, Gabriel Polino. Number 9, Paul Ravis. Number 8, Eliseo Espirne. Number 6, Christopher Tanzaka. Number 4, Jose Quispe. And in goal, number 1, Daryl Amante. And now, the starting lineup for your Clifton Mustangs. Forward, number 18, Samuel Buitano. Defense, number 7, Captain Lucas Chen. Defense, number 4, Captain Nicola Dutson. Forward, number 9, Captain Simon Diosa. Midfield, number 6, Captain Tariq Passigan. Midfield, number 14, Daniel Ramirez. Midfield, number 8, Captain Aiden Mastery. Midfield, number 10, Henry Passigan. Defense, number 5, Evan Shapley. Forward, number 27, Lazar Romanishin. And in goal, number 1, Tiago Valle. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to stand. Remove your caps and face our American flag, located at the south end of the field, as we honor America by playing our national anthem. Thank you.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in. Voice of the Mustangs, Vincent Chanchulo, and I'm joined again by Robbie Neeson, who's going to be doing play-by-play for you. Robbie, it's great to have you back, buddy.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, and before we even get started, I just want to say, got a lot of compliments about you this week, man. You were fantastic last week. I hope that I have you for every game, man. You are great at what you do, and I hope you keep doing this. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great having such a great partner. It makes it so much easier just to play a game along.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to have someone by my side who really knows the sport and knows these guys on a personal level. But let's talk a little bit about this game. First thing you said to me as soon as you got up here, and you are absolutely right. Division on the line here.
Yeah, league's on the line today. It's we got to win to knock Kennedy off of the league standing, and Kennedy's a really aggressive team. It's senior night, so Clifton's kind of have to get that soapiness out of the way. It's a little bit of like a sad game for the seniors because it's a night for them, but Kennedy's a really aggressive opponent, really good team. So Clifton's got to put that aside, put all the emotions aside, and play this game to their ability. And they got to knock Kennedy out of the standings and move further, one game further to winning the league.
Kennedy with a surprise 7-4 record so far this year, 6-2 in the Big North Liberty Division. And here we go. Last year they were solid 10-9, so far a significant upgrade from last year. And here we go. Kennedy, Clifton, league on the line, senior night here at Joseph Greco Field. Robbie, take it away.
Danny's going to win that ball on the right side, but a whistle will be blown for Kennedy. Now, Kennedy and Clifton have their own little rivalry here. Even though they're different parts of the city, they're in Patterson. Kennedy is obviously in Patterson, and Clifton is here in Clifton. But they've had a rivalry for a very long time, and it's always an aggressive game from the start. Lucas Chen's going to win that ball and handle it, pop it right back up. Danny's going to clear it up the field to Simon, who's going to run after it. Nazar's going to make his run down the line. Simon's going to find him.
Another important thing to point out, Robbie, these past 5 matchups. Last time Clifton played Patterson-Kennedy was on the 18th of September, and Clifton won that game 3-1. And in their last 5 matchups, Clifton is 5-0. They won 6-0 in 2023. They won 2-1 and another game in 2023. They played twice in 2024, winning both games 2-1 and 5-0. And they're 1-0 against them this year, 3-1. But the stakes are higher than they've been in the last 5 matchups, the last 2 years, if I'm being completely honest. So Clifton needs to come through today. They have a lot of great talent out on the field right now, and we're really excited to see how this unfolds.
Clifton's going to win the throw-in.
I highly advise all of you viewers who are out there right now, I'd recommend going back and watching the senior night ceremony. It was an excellent ceremony, started at around 6:45, maybe a little earlier than that, but I highly advise you to go back and watch it. It was brilliant. If I'm not mistaken, Clifton has about 17 seniors this year, which is almost double what they had last year. So 17's a lot, but the more seniors, the more experience.
Simon's going to win that ball on the wing. He's going to play Sammy on the left side. Sammy's going to drive Kennedy trailing right behind him. Kennedy's going to clear in the last minute. Corner's given. You can hear the electricity in this crowd tonight. It's a rivalry, and league's on the line.
Family members, students, friends, all here in a quick corner kick.
I'm just going to try a cross in. It's going to be deflected. That looked like it hurt, but he seems like he's fine.
Yeah, if I got hit like that, Robbie, I wouldn't get up for about 4 or 5 days.
Tariq's going to take this throw in for Clifton. Tariq's going to play Sammy. He's going to try to find Tariq again. That's going to be reclaimed by Kennedy, and then excellently reclaimed by Danny, but just shortly lost to Kennedy again. Kennedy's on the counterattack, playing to the left side, chips it over. Lucas Chen, they're driving. Clifton's all the way back. A shove from behind, and that is called. Ref stops the time. He reaches for his pocket, and a yellow is given. In a foul like that, you wouldn't expect anything else. Clear through the goal, pushing. I mean, in the terms of the game, it's a smart foul. Stop the attack and lets Clifton to regroup.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes in, if there was ever a time to pick up a foul, it would be now, because your team's not tired yet. You know, you're not totally exhausted or wiped. You're only a couple minutes into this game, so if there's ever a time to take a foul, now would be the time. And he doesn't really, and you know, it's a free kick here, but he's all the way at the 25-yard line, so he's got a long way to go here. But again, big man advantage for the Knights.
That free kick's going to be taken. A long ball, and that's good. That'd be 3 points in American football.
But we're unfortunately playing the other kind of football, and for Clifton's sake, luckily, that is worth nothing. That's a heck of a kick, though, left by the lefty.
Mikola's going to play that ball. Roll the ball forward to Lucas Chen, who's going to look forward. He's going to play that long up the field. That's going to be reclaimed by Kennedy. Lucas Chen's going to go up for the header. And that is kept in. Danny's going to win that ball in the middle to Aiden Masri, and it's a little bit of a ping-pong match going on here.
So, Robbie, you were in Tiago's spot approximately 1 year ago. You know, sophomore, starting your first year, you know, and in a lot of high-pressure situations. And especially with the league on the line, what is going through the mind of Tiago right now? What does he have to do to win this game against such an aggressive team like Patterson Kennedy?
Well, I mean, definitely the stakes are at an all-time high. He's probably running through nerves through his veins right now, but he's really just got to focus forward. He's got to talk to his back line, because the more you're vocal with your back line, the more confident you feel in them. They already have such a close-knit bond, so he just got to stay focused, talk to his teammates. And Kennedy is an aggressive team, but Clifton has a defense more than up to the challenge of stopping any attacks. And with the league on the line, their effort is going to be 2 times. And I think Tiago really just has to stay calm, talk to his back line, stay focused, and I think they have this in the bag.
So, I'm assuming you did play at the stadium last year once or twice. So what was that? What's the difference between playing at the stadium and then playing back at Fernando Rossi Field?
Well, obviously, I think the field's a little bit wider. It's a little bit longer. But just playing under the lights, it adds a good pressure to the game. I think the players really enjoy playing here. It feels like a professional environment, and it really pushes you to play better because you're playing under the lights, by the stands, with fans cheering your name in the stand. Sam's going to take that ball, going to take a shot from distance, and that is deflected for a corner.
And that was inches away from being a 1-0 lead for Clifton, and that's why Simon is first team All-State, because he takes shots like that, and that's not an easy shot to take. That was from about the 15, maybe 10-yard line. That's about a 20-something yard shot. I mean, that was a great opportunity, and now a corner kick. This is one area where Clifton's very good.
Emery's going to swing that in near post. Kennedy's going to clear that out. And reclaimed by Tariq.
And Clifton, in the last game, they were at the stadium. They scored off of corner kicks not once but twice. Both of them headers.
Emery's going to win that ball down the side, beats him cleverly. Miskicked in the box. Nazar's going to chase it down, and that's going to be cleared to the top of the box.
He tried to cross it there, put it in a spot where only his team can get it. But a great fight there for Patterson Kennedy. And a no call there. The Patterson Kennedy fans don't agree with that.
Yep, the stakes are high, energy is high, rivalries at the utmost level, especially with the league on the line and a senior night. You don't want to lose on your senior night. You want to win for your seniors, not only for the league, but you just want to do it for the seniors. It's a way to honor them as their commitment and leadership on and off the field.
And Clifton's last game was on Saturday, where you made your debut, and really couldn't be worse weather for your debut, Robbie. I mean, for those of you who didn't see and weren't at the game, we were up on the band field, and me and Robbie were literally right next to each other, holding an umbrella over our heads with microphones. I accidentally kept moving the umbrella and getting water all over his shoulder. I made sure to apologize to him after the game. And yeah, it was a rough first game for him to do ever for play-by-play. And now he's at his second game, and I think you could pretty much confirm that this weather is like 100 times better than what we had last week.
Absolutely. I'm not wet, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a little cold, but, I think weather is something I always bring up. And, it's a little cold, but I think these guys are going to be warm, especially with how much they're running around out here. But a little bit of wind. You could even see it. You saw it during the national anthem. You saw their jerseys blowing. You could see the flag on I believe, the north end of the stadium, that is. You hear Mr. Lessler talk more about that earlier. He always says to face the specific end. I believe that's the north end of the stadium with the American flag, and you can see it blowing in the air. So the wind might affect the trajectory of the ball.
Chad's going to drive that ball forward. Play Nazar down the width. He's sprinting forward. Kennedy trailing right behind him. That's going to be reclaimed. Nazar's going to hunt that ball down, and that's going to earn a Kennedy throw-in.
Good defensive play there by Patterson Kennedy, and they have been doing one thing that not a lot of teams can do, and that's keep up with Clifton. Clifton usually wins a lot of those foot races, and here Patterson Kennedy is just like right next to him, almost like they're conjoined twins, like just literally, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, step by step. They are keeping up, but Clifton has that stamina.
A shot's taken. A great save by the Kennedy goalkeeper. Foot saved to pop it up to the end. That's going to be attempted to be cleared by Kennedy, but reclaimed really well by Danny. Tariq's going to hunt that ball. Beautiful slide tackle, but that is reclaimed by Kennedy. It's a little bit of a ping pong match going back and forth, but Clifton's got to reclaim its way of play and its game plan, because Kennedy is an aggressive team. They like to high press. They like to press really aggressively, but Kennedy's going on the counter attack here towards goal. Lucas Chen's going to follow that ball out wide and try to shut him down. He's holding him down. Gets beat, crossed in, and that is wide. Kennedy's really dangerous going forward. That's just one example of it. Clifton's got to take that and use it as an example to push forward to stop their attacks. Kennedy can be very, very, very dangerous going forward. In a game like this, one goal could be the deciding factor.
Dariel Almonte, the junior, is in net for Patterson Kennedy. He's having a very solid year this year. So no seniors in net for either team. He's a junior, and Tiago, as we know, I believe, is a young sophomore. So two very young goalkeepers here, both a little bit inexperienced, I would say. So it's a good note to keep that you have two guys in net who aren't seniors, who haven't really started a whole lot. Almonte, according to NJ.com, has started 8 games this year. Tiago, I believe, has started all of Clifton's games this year. So he has played every last one of them, all 10, now 11, I believe. So high stakes for both of them.
You can hear all the way up from the press box. You can hear Tiago's voice all the way from here. He's being really demanding this game, and for obvious reasons. It's a high-stakes games under the lights. He's got to demand that back line. He's got to command it, and he does it really well throughout the season. In a game like this that is so crucial for him to demand that back line, you can see him setting up for this corner, directing where the players are supposed to be. And this is why Clifton is very well defensively, is because you have a voice behind you and in front of him that talks to each other and direct each other where to play. Clifton free kick will be earned.
Tiago being as vocal as I've seen him so far this year, and like you said, Robbie, as he should be, demanding the defense, telling them, hey, you got to be here and you got to give me a hand. I need this, and this right here, right now. And that's kind of how he should be. And it's so interesting to think that a sophomore is one of the top leaders on this team. You'd never think you'd think all with 17 seniors rather on the team. You'd think with 17 seniors they would be the main leaders, but no. Tiago is out there. He is out there demanding, hey, you go here, you go here, you go here, and it's so interesting.
Offside is called on that through ball by Tariq to Simon.
Not a fan of that call. I don't think that was offside. I mean, it's a close call, but it's hard to see those calls come through, especially in such a high-stakes game like this.
And imagine you're going to fight for that ball. Aiden Masry is such a hunter on the field. He goes every single 50-50 ball. He makes it a 90-10. He'll win every single ball that he can. That's what makes him such a great midfielder.
Masry has been one of the top players on Clifton's team this year. He has been a pleasant surprise to step up and be one of the top scorers. He's just good all around the field. He's fast. He's aggressive. He does everything right, and he's just a very good player. I'm just so glad that he is a part of this team, and he has stepped up when Clifton has needed it most, especially last game against Pompton Lakes.
That ball's going to be dropped into the middle, reclaimed by Kennedy. Played out wide. Clifton's going to shift over. Lucas Chen's going to stay out wide. Nazar tracks back to try to win that ball back. Kennedy's playing a little bit of a keep-away game, which isn't really like them. They like to play direct balls over the top. But you can see Clifton's all over them defensively.
Yeah, kind of interesting to think that they're kind of straying away from the game that got them to this 7-4 record, which is being aggressive, going head first. But, I mean, maybe it works out in Clifton's favor. And so far, Kennedy has had a lot of opportunities. I mean, they've had a corner kick. They've had a couple of shots on goal. Really keeping Tiago on his toes this game. But Clifton has also had a good amount of opportunities. So far, it's been a very good back-and-forth defensive battle. And I feel like that's one of Clifton's many strong suits, their defense. If they could get one good possession, one good attack that lasts maybe a few minutes just to try and wear out this Patterson-Kennedy team, I feel like that could go a long way.
Jordan Mazzo, the junior, is going to hunt that ball down, double team with Simon. Emery's going to hunt that ball in the middle. Win by Masry, played up by Danny. Simon's going to chase that ball. Kennedy's going to get him first. Lucas Chen's going to step it wide. You could hear Lemberg's voice talking to his team. That is just one of the many reasons he's a fantastic coach here at Clifton. He's always talking to his boys, always letting them know game plan, strategy, always just encouraging them. That's what makes him such a standout coach in not only North Jersey, but maybe even the whole country.
And he does some things that other coaches don't do, like in terms of tape. I mean, you know firsthand, Robbie, you've been in that locker room, you've been at those meetings, and even before the game, something as simple as just leading the team through warm-ups, doing the warm-ups with them. That's something that not a lot of coaches do, but he goes out of his way and he does that. And I feel like, you know, obviously he has so many things going for him outside of soccer, but soccer is like his top priority.
A through ball there to Simon. Keeper comes out. Simon plays it forward. There's a collision on the field. Simon is clearly in pain, rolling around. The crowd is in uproar. Both Clifton and Kennedy fans screaming. I assume Kennedy fans are screaming for a not foul. Simon is kicking on the ground. That is a rough injury to have. Keeper was out all the way on his 20-yard line. Simon is tripped up, does an almost somersault in the wrong sport. Thinks he was in gymnastics. The keeper forced him to do a flip there.
And Simon, not only in pain, but he is not happy at all. I saw him slam his fist into the ground 2 or 3 times, and he is not happy about not getting a call there. And I could see even Coach Lemberg, he is also equally as infuriated. If you ask me, that should definitely be a call in favor of Clifton.
Yeah, you could hear Lemberg and you could see Lemberg. That's his passion for his players. That if he was an unlucky day, Simon could have been much worsely injured there. And Lemberg is there talking to the referee, talking to the linesman to let him know his thoughts, that he has to protect his players. He is their defense on the sideline. He is screaming for his players. He's risking a yellow card in a game like this just to back his players up. And that is why the players play so well under him, is because they know that their coach is for them and with them at all times. But the game will go on.
And Coach Lemberg keeps it as real as it gets. If he knows that his players made a mistake, he's going to let his players hear it. But when he knows that there's something that should be called in the favor of his team, he's going to let these officials know, hey, my players got injured because this team did something that they shouldn't have done, and now I'm going to go out there and I'm going to talk to these referees. So I'm going to make sure and let them know that I'm not screwing around out here. I'm here to defend my guys, and as he should. Those are the guys that got him to the place he's at. Without these players, without the talent that's on this team, there isn't much that he could do. But without without him, the talent is just talent. They don't have a guidance, so they go hand in hand. He's going to defend them, and they're going to defend him.
Yeah, and earning those fouls isn't really just about strategy. It's also about just protection of the players. You know, Simon gets flipped over by the goalkeeper, and there's no call made. That's not even about earning the free kick to put Kennedy under. It's more about just that protection of the players and making sure that his players are safe on that field. He is still furious with that call, and he is screaming to his players back to the game, back talking strategy, making sure they don't concede in this Kennedy corner.
And I'm sure that, you know, he's gonna let that sit, and something else is going to happen. He's just going to explode. I mean, and I don't blame him. You know, there is only one thing that's more important than winning, and it's making sure that your players stay healthy. You want to win as many games as possible. Sure, you want to win the state championship, but your players get hurt. That's far worse than losing a game in big stakes. You want your guys to be healthy. You know, sure, you know they may play and they want to win championships, but if they can't stay healthy, then it's just a sad case. So he's going to go out there and he's going to defend his guys, and my respect for him goes up so much just to see that.
Tariq's going to throw that ball in for Clifton, and that's going to go out, and that's going to be earned to Kennedy throw-in.
I think he might have just slipped off his hand there. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Kennedy's going to get another throw-in here.
Emery's going to hunt that ball down. There's a battle for the ball. Masri's there helping him out. Fonzie's going to win the ball and play to the middle, but that's going to be earned by Kennedy. A little bit of a soft pass there, but he's just getting used to the game. A through ball for Kennedy. Thiago stays on his line.
And it looked like it went out there. He just missed, but that's a really tight window. But props to him for taking the shot there. He tries to pass it back in, but it hits off the goalpost. That is something that I have never seen. That's actually kind of funny. But yeah, again, like I said, tight window, hard shot to take. Gotta give him props for taking that shot.
Yeah, and Thiago cleverly stayed on his line there. I mean, from here you can't see, but from his eyes, he sees everything like with the mind of a soccer genius. He knows when to come out. He knows when to stay. And for him to stay there, I really feel like he saw it, and he kind of forced him to take the shot. Simon's going to chase that ball down. Kennedy keeper's going to clear it forward. That's going to be reclaimed on the width. Lucas Chen's immediately on the ball. That's his hunting mentality, or as Coach Lambert likes to say, 5-second hunt. You lose the ball, you got to hunt it down and win it back.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said last game, it's kind of like, it always reminds me of FIFA when you press down on a certain button, it tracks the ball.
Simon's going. Keeper comes out again. Keeper jumps. Second time. Whistle is called. Cheers are erupting from Clifton's side. Kennedy is screaming. They don't think that's a foul.
Oh, a red card.
A red card is given. An immediate red card given. A goal-scoring opportunity clipped from behind. That is a red card all day, every day. That puts Clifton with an immediate, amazing advantage in this game. Kennedy will have to play with 10 men for the remaining 60 minutes of the game, and Clifton will have a one-man advantage. Cheers are erupting from the Clifton side. They know how important this red card is. Simon seems to be up, and he's complaining a little bit of pain, but Clifton earns the foul. They earn the red card.
And that's their goalkeeper, Robbie. Like I said, their goalkeeper is inexperienced. He is a young junior, and now you lose your starter and you put in your backup. That is like I said, that's kind of like, that's the leader of your team. And for him to be delivered a red card, they haven't even gotten a yellow card yet this game. So for them to get a red card immediately, they knew they messed up on that last time with Simon, and now he gets it back, and that's huge. This is game changing right here.
Yeah, for the backup keeper to come in, he's obviously probably shaking right now from nerves. You just warmed up probably 40 minutes ago, and now you have to come in a late notice. Maybe you didn't even get that many minutes this season, but you have to step up in a big moment, and Simon's on the other end of the free kick, so if you weren't already nervous coming in, you're twice as nervous now. You have an all-state, close to All-American looking at a free kick that you just ran on the field for, and he's directing his back line. Kennedy seems to be in a little bit of confusion. I don't think they really think that they deserve that red card, but they probably had some bias there. But from here, and even in unbiased opinions, that was a red card all day, every day. Simon's I think he's going to be lining up to take that free kick, but here comes Clifton's trickery when it comes to free kicks.
20 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. So far, neither team has scored, but one of the biggest possible things that could happen here, a red card dished out, 4 people surrounding the ball for Clifton. Who's going to take the kick? Ball is spotted at about the 11-yard line.
I'm going to go with Simon here. I have a feeling that he earned basically 2 fouls, only 1 earned. I feel like he's going to take this kick with a strong right foot, and he's probably going to take a shot on goal here.
I wouldn't see why not here. He has 1 shot on goal this game, and it was inches away from making that game 1-0. So let's see who takes the kick. Now 3 people surrounding the ball.
Simon's going to take the shot. That is a save by the Kennedy keeper.
Wow, you were absolutely right about the Simon shot, and a good shot, but an excellent save. For him to be put in at that moment in the game and make that save, that is a major boost of confidence for that keeper.
Yeah, coming in on the bench, that is the boost of confidence you need. Now his jitters are gone. He's going to be playing a higher line. He's going to be playing with that confidence that you need in your goalkeeper, which is a good thing for Kennedy, not a very good thing for Clifton, but I have a feeling Clifton will be able to get a goal past him very soon. Tariq's going to win that ball on the width, try to keep it in, but that's going to be called out. Slipped on a little bit of the side there.
We are officially halfway through the first half, so we are a quarter of the way through the game.
A shot taken from distance. Thiago's going to handle that. He's not expecting a shot to be ripped off there, but Kennedy's been really unpredictable this season, and Thiago handles it very well. He's been kept on his toes this game, and he really well handles that ball.
It's a great save by Thiago. That was a textbook save. Got down on one knee, was able to get his chest right in front of the ball, bobbled it for a slight second, but recuperated, and was able to make, like I said, a textbook save.
Master's going to try to defeat Kennedy on the width. He's going to hunt the ball down. Danny's going to close in almost immediately on the top of the box. Kennedy's going to play out wide. Kennedy's trying to play forward, but Clifton's kind of trapped him in a corner there. Amazing slide tackle by Tariq. Now his team gets to get back and settled. That's a really important tackle defensively. Mikola's going to handle that ball, no problem. He's going to look wide to Lucas Chen. Chen's going to turn. And he's going to look forward for his teammates. Clifton is very high on the field, looking to get that through ball. That's going to be blocked by Kennedy.
So, Robbie, how long do you think Coach Lembrick waits here to put in subs? Because we saw last game against Pompton Lakes, it was around this time in the game where Clifton put in a lot of their subs and pretty much made an entire change to like 5 players in their starting lineup. So how long do you think Coach Lembrick waits here to make that change, or does he even make that change at all?
I feel like he's definitely going to make the change because the team has a lot of depth that you can put anyone from that bench on the field, they will make a difference. And with a game like this, with the high stakes and a senior night, he's going to want to get a lead on Kennedy. So I think once Clifton secures that first goal, then the subs will be starting to make in, and those subs will make the difference and get a second goal and possibly even a third goal to win this game. He's going to wait for an advantage.
So do you think the subs come in? Let's say Clifton goes, we're at the end of the first half, Clifton is still 0-0. Do you think he puts in the subs even when it's 0-0, or do you think he'll wait to the second half even?
Well, like I said, there's many subs on those bench. Like pretty much all of them that you can plug out, put them in. So I don't think he's going to wait because Clifton has that depth. They will plug a player in and just put him on the field, and they will make a difference. So I don't think he's going to wait. Maybe if they don't score in the first half, maybe he'll put the starters back in the first 5 minutes of the second half, then put the subs in because you need those fresh legs to attack Kennedy, to defend Kennedy.
Clifton pushing the ball downfield right now, moving the ball around very well this game. And like I said, Clifton has a lot of strengths. They don't have many weaknesses, but one of their strengths is being able to pass the ball, get it to all their players, get it to their superstars, really. But you know what? It's hard for me to say get it to the superstars because all these guys are superstars. So Clifton doing a good job moving the ball around this game.
Foul will be called on Emery after he shoulders Kennedy defender. Screams on the stands here. Ref's going to be checking if he's all right, but he seems to be perfectly fine. And that's going to be a free kick for Kennedy in their 18-yard box.
That one coming from the 7-yard line and is kicked all the way to about the 40. That's a very far kick. That's impressive.
Yeah, if you take a look at the flag, the wind is blowing towards Clifton's goal, which means that Kennedy has the wind advantage in this half. But come the second half, if the wind stays the same, Clifton will have that advantage when playing long balls, and the balls will gain another 20, maybe even 25 yards.
I mean, the wind is blowing so hard that even the netting inside the goal is moving. So that's how hard the wind is blowing right now. The flag, the Star Spangled Banner looks beautiful with New York City in the background. I mean, but in terms of sports, it's not the best idea to have that going.
Yeah, and I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that Thiago is freezing right now with the wind blowing in his face. Mikola's going to get that ball and he's going to look wide. Now he's going to look middle because Aiden Masry likes to play in that middle spot. He makes himself available all over the field. Danny's going to try to play a through ball in, but that's going to be reclaimed really well by Emre. Emre Pescagena Jr. is such an amazing midfielder. He stepped into this role this year as a starter, and he has started many of Clifton's games. And not only has he started, he is dominant. He's made a difference as that ball goes out wide to Tariq. Tries to play a cross in. That's going to be claimed by Kennedy and played up the field. Like I was saying before, Emre is such an amazing player, and his brother Tariq is also an amazing defender. Tariq just played that cross in, unfortunately not to get a good air on it. Aiden's going to have that ball in the middle of the field. Play for a cross in Azar. Reclaimed by Kennedy Setter. Punted into the air, almost 60 yards down the field. Kennedy storming down the field to Evan Shapley, putting him under pressure. Shapley's going to win that header and win the second ball. That's why Evan Shapley is such an amazing defender. He wins not only the first ball, but he will win the second ball if he gives you a second one. And he will win it, and he will play forward with his team.
Evan Shapley, one of the top, most important players on the defense this year. He has done a great job. And, honestly, I would argue that he is one of the fastest guys on the team. I mean, you saw it right there. You saw him on his toes, keeping up with with the people on Kennedy, with their teammates, and just being able to move the ball, keep it in play on the sideline for a good period of time, and try and put it in a place where Clifton can get on the attack. Great job there by Shapley. And I think we're getting a throw in here from Kennedy.
I think it's a free kick.
Is it a free kick from all the way back there? Wow,
yeah,
from all the way back
almost
there.
on the end line, yeah.
You don't see that very often.
Yes, and he's a righty going up to this ball. Thiago's going to have to stay closer to his line, which he is because he is such an intelligent goalkeeper. That ball's going to be whipped in to the close top of the box, and that's going to roll in for a goal. That's such an unlucky goal. Goes cross, hits off the foot of a defender, and rolls in. You can see Kennedy's stands are going crazy. Thiago is talking to his line to stay focused. We can't let that happen again in a high-stakes game like this. Clifton is now down in the 13th minute. Clifton cannot afford to stay down. They have to earn that goal back definitely before halftime. You can see Coach Lundberg, arms crossed. He is focused and determined. He knows that Clifton can put Kennedy under that pressure real fast and earn back that goal.
And Patterson Kennedy, I mean, just a great play there. Being able to tip it, it slowly rolls in. It's not like he was going against a bullet, but, when that happens, Robbie, you see it all the time. You see it in one sport that I see that in all the time is hockey. You see shots that are taken from maybe the blue line or taken from like 20, 30 feet out, and it gets tipped and it slowly gets past the goalkeeper. That's one of those things, but on defense, you have to communicate to your keeper. You have to tell him, hey, the ball is here. Move to your right. He can't control the whole game, but again, I'm not going to discredit Clifton. I'm going to give so much credit here to Patterson Kennedy. That was an excellent, well put together play. I'm sure they didn't mean for that to happen, but it's something they probably went over in practice, and it went perfectly in their favor.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they expected it because once that ball rolled in, they were kind of like mixed with disbelief and joy. But Clifton's energy is high. They are pressing. They have to make sure not to put their heads down. They have to keep their heads up. That's something they do brilliantly well. Even if they concede first, they keep their head up and they keep pushing to earn that goal back. In a game like this, senior night, the seniors are going to be pushing everybody to do this for them, and not only for them, but to secure the lead. Tariq's going to go for the header, and it's going to go out for a Clifton throw-in. The Kennedy stands are loud now. That goal is what they needed to boost their confidence and to boost their support for their team. That's going to play out to Mikola in the center of the field, who's going to try to take the space they have. Clifton is now going on the attack. They try to keep the ball now, but now they're playing long diagonal balls, and that's going to be way out of bounds.
12 minutes left to go here in the first half, and I know Clifton. This is one of those things where you gotta play from behind, and it's really hard to play from behind when you're going against a team like this. You gotta be able to tie this game up, hopefully before they can get into half. But also, like you pointed out, Robbie, and like we said multiple times this game, the wind is currently in favor of Patterson Kennedy. It won't be like that next half. And for Patterson Kennedy not only get the lead, but to get a red card dished out not too long before is unreal. So this is a huge thing for Patterson Kennedy. You thought it would be the downfall for them to get a red card, but currently things are looking up for Patterson.
Lucas Chen's going to have that ball on the right side of the field. He's going to play quickly to Nazar on the width. Nazar's going to drive. He's going to get taken down from behind. Coach Lemberg is in uproar again. It is not about earning the foul. It is about protecting his players. He's the type of coach that will do anything for his players, risking cards in an important game when you are down and they need you most. But he wants to make sure that his players are safe on the field. Miko's going to earn that ball, and he's going to be looking to play forward to Lucas Chen. Kennedy's playing a little bit of a deeper line, and they're trying to concede. They know how dangerous Clifton can be on the attack, and they need to play deep. They need to preserve this lead. But Clifton, you can see how high they are up too. Mikkel is on his halfway line already, and he's going to try to already past the halfway line. Kennedy's staying all the way back. Through ball through, and that gets through everyone, and the keeper is down. Kennedy's already trying to waste time, and it's the 10 minutes left in the first half. They know how dangerous Clifton can be on the offense, and they're trying to run out the clock even this early.
And great job by Kennedy there they just didn't even get a foot on the ball, and they just let it get past everybody. I mean, that was excellent. It was perfect for them to just let the ball go past everybody. But Clifton trying to get another chance here, and a whistle blown.
Offside called on Marco, the senior, on his night. You know he's not happy with that call, but it was clearly offside. Clifton is being ambitious. They're playing high. They're trying to play through the line, but Kennedy's playing a little bit of a higher line when they need to, but dropping when Clifton's going on the attack. They're playing rather smart defensively, and they just know how dangerous Clifton can be once they go down. And Kennedy really needs to preserve that lead, especially to halftime, so they get into the locker room, they can just talk to each other, and they can make sure this goes well. Thiago's going to come out to get that ball, and he is quickly going to dish it out to Lucas Chen on the width. Kennedy's giving him a lot of space, and I don't doubt he's going to take it. That's going to be win by Kennedy, but quickly reclaimed by Danny. Danny's going to get shoved up from behind and earn his team a foul.
A little slow to get up there, too.
He's a little bit of he's in discomfort there, folks. He's in a lot of pain. Coaches and trainers will be called on.
Ladies and gentlemen, officials time out. We have an injured player on the field. Once again, officials time out.
There's trainer Nico coming out to make sure Danny's all right. Trainers are such a big part of this athletic program. They make sure that all the players are fine, running fine, and even if they have a little bit of pain, they're out there to make sure that they're all right.
Yeah, and you always want to, it's something we always point out, you could be watching the stream rooting for someone from Kennedy or for Clifton. You never want to see injuries on either side. And luckily here at Clifton, we have a great group of people as athletic trainers, and we have a lot of people here who are good at their jobs and take care of these young men. And I know the camera's not on him right now. We try to avoid injuries, but he got up rather quickly, and he's limping off the field. But luckily, seems to be all right. Maybe it's just cramps at this point. Maybe he just took a bit of a stinger. Hopefully, he is back sooner than later.
Yeah, and Coach Lemberg not wasting any time on this quick little break in the game to get his team together to talk to him and to talk strategy. Lemberg knows that it's early in the game to go down. They could still win this back and to even tie the game before half. He has faith in his team, and with what Clifton has shown in his past, they might even get a lead 2-1 before the half ends. That's how aggressive Clifton can be on the attack.
Patterson playing really deep this game too, defensively. They have so many people there. It's almost like an infantry line, and they're lining up right across the 20-25 yard line. So
Yeah, they're definitely parking the bus deep. As Emery's going to drive that ball forward, play it through ball to Jordan. Jordan's going to hold the ball up to this team, get into the box, win it back, swing it in to the back post. McCall's going to rip a shot that's going to be deflected. Ball's bouncing in the box, and that's going to be cleared out. Aiden Masters is going to win it up on the top of the field. And he's going to play out wide to Lucas Chen. Kennedy is already high pressing the ball. That is actually surprising, knowing that they are 1 goal up and they are high pressing from their 20-yard line all the way up to Clifton's 20-yard line to put them under pressure. Treek's going to earn that ball on the width. Play to the middle. Salmander, the freshman, is going to turn and he's going to look forward. Appears to be clipped, but no foul made. Kennedy goes on the counterattack. Driving forward, Evan Shepley's trying to delay him. Aiden Masri's back. That's what I talked about in the previous game, Palm Lakes. If you tuned in, Aiden Masri's an all-around great player. Goes forward, goes back. Simon goes through. Nazar's going to hold that ball up on the width. He's going to try to beat him. Looks like he's holding the ball up. Does a little trickery moves. That's going to be played out. Cliff's going to earn himself a throw-in on the width. But like I was talking about with Masri, he is on the Kennedy's 20-yard line 1 second, and then he's on Clifton's 20-yard line, defending in their own box to win a ball. Now he's on the 30-yard line, playing a ball in to Simon, bouncing around. That's an offside call. Nazar came from an offside position back to an onside, back to an off. That is an offside call. I think he was just hoping another call would be made, and he was just on the end line. Nazar's a sophomore here at Clifton. He stepped up into the role, and he's been playing exceptionally well.
7 minutes left to go here in this first half. 1-0 still. Patterson Kennedy scored a goal not too long ago after a big miscommunication on the Clifton defense and goalkeeper end. But Clifton looking to come back and tie this game up at 1 apiece. Patterson obviously looking to take a 2-0 lead before half, or at least preserve the lead that they have now.
A double team on the Kennedy width. And that's going to be a Kennedy throw-in after a little bit of a dispute between the main ref and the linesman. And the close calls like that, it's hard to really see where the ball is, especially in a high-stakes game. Ref's probably nervous too. Jordan's going to win. Emery's going to win that ball back. I am sorry, that is Emery Preston who wins that ball back. Plays it through ball to Simon. He is called offside. Simon in disbelief. The Clifton bench is in disbelief. Not sure why that call was made. Simon's hands up, looking at the linesman, asking him why that call was made.
No,
the whole Clifton team seems to be confused about that call.
I don't agree with that call either. I mean, obviously, I'm a little more biased, but man, he was not offside. I could see it from all the way up here. You can go back and watch it on the tape yourself. I just don't agree with that at all. But again, arguing with the ref's just going to get you nowhere. So Clifton's going to have to play with the rules that they're given, and they're going to have to deal with the card. They're going to have to deal with the hand they're dealt.
Kennedy free kick here around the 18th yard line. That's going to be played up the field. Tariq's going to get up to it and win that ball. Jordan Mazur's going to claim it on the width. Kennedy closing right behind him. And that's going to win the ball back. Kennedy is hunting the ball, hunting to win that ball back as soon as they can. They really want to go up 2-0 to get a higher lead in a more comfortable position against this Clifton team. And he's going to win that ball and play a through ball to Jordan. Simon sprinting up the field to give him an option. Jordan's going to beat him 1v1 with the scissor move. Play the cross in. Kennedy's going to clear it out for a corner. Clifton is going. They are fired up. You can see even the back line is moving up. They are fired up for this corner. They need to at least tie the game at halftime to go into the second half, go into the halftime talk even with a more confident motive that we're not losing, we're tied. We can easily turn this game around. And Emery's going to line up to take the corner.
It's a big opportunity here. Corner kicks are huge here at this point in the game for Clifton. 4:40 and counting left to go here in the first half. Here comes the corner.
Whipped in by Emery. Chap's going to try to get up for it. Cleared all the way up the field. Tiago's all the way up. That's why he's such an incredible keeper. He plays so high off his line to get that ball right back into play. He's going to play it into Lucas Chen.
And Clifton unfazed. No phase whatsoever. Even then, they let it go out of bounds. Still a team that's totally unfazed. Still trying to play the game, still trying to play the way that they play. Do what they do best. About 4 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Mikola is going to win that ball back in his own half. Kennedy pressing on him almost immediately. The intensity from Kennedy is insane at this stage of the point. They are going all out in this half to put Clifton under even more pressure, even with 1 goal down. Win back from Tariq. Kennedy's going to go on the offensive here. Samuel Espinosa, celebrating his senior night, is going to close him down and kind of force him to go back. Some subs were made, and a lot of subs made in the midfield and the widths. Not much made on the defensive side. Magic going to hunt that ball back. Tariq out wide, going to chase it down on the width. Tariq's going to shield that ball, win it on the ground. Amazing defensive play, and reclaims the second ball. He's using that 5-second hunt that Coach Lundberg preaches religiously to his players. You lose the ball, that's fine. Mistake's going to happen. Win it back. Ball played down the line. Simon's going to get on the other end of it. Urges team a throw-in, though.
2:55 left to go here. Clifton still trailing 1-0, but a chance maybe here to put one in the back of that net. Clifton just looking to get something going, something on the board. So at least when even if they can't score here, they want to go into halftime with something to build off of. Like, all right, this is what works. Let's do that.
A battle in the box for the ball. Shepley's going to reclaim that on the halfway line. Out to Tariq, who's going to probably try to look through ball or cross in to Jordan. Jordan's going to hold that on the width, but unfortunately gives that ball away to Kennedy. Mikola's going to play the ball to Shep. Kennedy's pressing with high intensity. Marco's going to reclaim that ball at the top. Marco, a senior, has been playing on Clifton High School's varsity for, I believe, 2 years, and he's been playing really, really well. He plays with a really high intensity, really high effort. Kennedy goalkeeper is going to try to waste this clock out. I kind of see from here that probably all the nerves that he had coming into the game have kind of diminished as he's gained his confidence with a few saves. His team went up, and Clifton's really got to go ahead and crush that.
Yeah, the nerves have worn off. They're gone, and that's great for Patterson Kennedy.
A through ball here from Aiden Masri. Marco on the other end of it. He's going to take a shot, and that's going to be a save by the Kennedy keeper. Clifton's high intensity through ball by Aiden Masri, reclaimed by Marco, who's trying to get a shot off with his left foot, and that's going to be saved by the Kennedy keeper. With 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go in the half, Clifton really just wants to get one on the board, or at least put Kennedy under pressure going into half with that confidence and motivation. Foul will be called on Clifton, and Kennedy will earn a free kick with 1 minute left to go in the half.
You know, Clifton had a chance there. They took a shot and a good save made in goal. I mean, there's nothing you could do about that. That's just really good defensive play by Patterson Kennedy, and they're not in a rush to get this free kick off. There's 45 seconds left. They want to try and drain as much clock as possible.
Headed away by Lucas Chen, taking that leadership role in the back like he always does, on and off the field. I don't doubt there's going to be a lot to talk about at halftime for Stan Lundberg.
Yeah, there's going to be some words said. I mean, of course, you know, obviously you have what happened with the referees, but you can't blame the referees entirely. I mean, Clifton's had a ton of opportunities to score, and they just haven't been able to capitalize. But I'm sure Lundberg's going to bring these guys into the locker room like they did in the Pompton Lakes game and try and talk them through and be like, hey, we're going to figure this out, and we're going to leave this building with a win.
Long ball by Evan Shepley. Kennedy keepers all the way, and Marco's putting him under pressure. He grabs the ball outside of his 18-yard line. Ref reached for his pocket. He is 5 yards outside of his 18, using his hands outside of the box. A red card is given. A double red. 2 reds given to both Kennedy keepers. This is a huge advantage for Clifton High School. Kennedy is left, I believe, without a keeper on their roster. 2 reds given out to both keepers. The Kennedy keeper is obviously in pain with himself. He is outside his 18 using his hands. Probably didn't even realize Kennedy is now left with 9 men on the field and no goalkeepers going into the second half. This is a huge boost for the Clifton side.
And he knows that he messed up there, Robbie. You could see the look in his face. He immediately knew as soon as he grabbed it and he saw the red card, he's like, oh my gosh, I was too far out. And there's no argument there from Kennedy. They can't argue anything. They know that they messed up, so they got to go out there with a third keeper now. And I believe if the rules state that Clifton gets a free kick to start,
yeah,
they have 1 second left. They get a free kick, which is one opportunity. They might be able to get a point here on the board, and here he comes.
Kennedy's center back has stepped in, put on the gloves, and will stand between the posts. This is huge for Clifton. Kennedy now has to play with 9 men and no keepers on the sideline. On that play, if you didn't catch it and if you want to look back in the replay, a through ball came in, and the Kennedy keeper looked as if he wanted to waste some time, draw Marco into the box. Marco charged at him, and he had no choice but to grab the ball 5 yards outside of his 18, and he earned himself a red card, and Clifton a free kick with 1 second on the clock.
And with 1 second left, that is truly unbelievable. That is like a second. It's a split second where he realized he messed up. And they were just, I bet you on his mind, he was definitely thinking, I'm not a goalie, but you're probably saying, all right, I'm ready to go in the locker room. It's time to rest up. And he didn't even realize where he was on the field. And a good call there by the refs. But for them to lose their center back and for him to go in net for the entirety of the game, unless they make a change in the locker room, which they might, but I highly doubt it, for him to have to step in and leave his natural position and go in net, which is a secondary position and arguably the hardest on the entire team, that is game changing. And there is only 1 second left, but Clifton's going to get a free kick with 1 second remaining. Let's see what happens here. Can Patterson Kennedy defend it with the 1 second remaining, or will Clifton get on the board here? It's one kick, do or die, to end the half. Let's see who takes the free kick here.
I would say it's closer on the right side. I think Tariq's going to line up for it. And I just want to say, 16 years of playing soccer, I've never seen 2 red cards for 2 goalkeepers.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I mean, you don't see that anywhere. MLS, Premier League, you never see that.
A buzzer beater here for Tariq. That is deflected by the wall as the teams prepare to go into half. Going into the half, a lot of talking points to cover and kind of a big confidence boost. They are down, but Kennedy's down 2 goalkeepers.
It is 0-1, or 1-0 rather. Patterson Kennedy as they lead going into halftime. Vincent Chanchulo, Robbie Neeson rather. We will be back after halftime. we are back for the second half of this league-changing, league-defining matchup between the Patterson-Kennedy Knights and your Clifton Mustangs here at Joseph Greco Field. The first half ended 1-0 after Patterson-Kennedy scored a goal that wasn't communicated very well. Patterson-Kennedy, in one of the most interesting situations that I have ever seen in my entire life, my co-broadcaster here, Robbie, even said in 16 years of playing soccer, he has never seen this. 2 red cards given out, 1 to each keeper, but the young man who's in there now was playing center back before, but he was originally a keeper and switched to center back this year. So this is truly a remarkable and kind of history-making game. This is something we've never seen before, Robbie.
Thiago's put under a lot of pressure there. He is shoved. Ref reaches into a pocket, and a yellow card is dished out. You cannot do that to a goalkeeper. 29 seconds into the half, Thiago comes off his line to clear out a play, and he is shoved. You cannot do that to a goalkeeper. It's kind of like an ice hockey. If you shove the goalkeeper, it's a foul.
It's goalie interference. So, Robbie, here's my thing. 2 red cards given out to each keeper. 1 yellow card now. Players fully refreshed. Only 29 seconds or 30 seconds or approximately into this half. How much pressure is on Clifton right now to score?
Oh, if there was 100 tons of pressure on them in the first half to get a lead on them, I would quadruple that, because now you, technically speaking, have a big advantage. You have the wind in your favor. You have Kennedy playing with 9 men, and now Kennedy has 1 yellow, 2 yellows. You have a lot of pressure going on as Lucas Jen takes this ball down the width, tries to play a ball in, but that is collected by Kennedy. A lot of pressure on Clifton now, but as Coach Lundberg, I assume he said in the halftime talk, it's good pressure.
It is good pressure indeed, but Robbie, I love the tenacity and the amount of effort that has come out of this Patterson-Kennedy defense. Their defense has been truly remarkable this game, and I have been announcing soccer for about 8 years now. This is one of the best defensive performances I have ever seen from a team in a half. That defensive performance with 2 goalkeepers taken out has been truly remarkable up to this point. And I don't know if you agree or not, but I believe this is one of the best I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, Clifton's offense is absolutely incredible. So to keep them at par and keep them scoreless in the first half is a feat that deserves credit.
And it's not just a matter of Patterson-Kennedy winning defensively, but they're winning not only the physical game, but the mental game. Like I said last week when they were playing Pompton Lakes, and I've said throughout all my years as announcing, Coach Lundberg is a chess master. This is a game of chess. He's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But Patterson-Kennedy has done an excellent job game planning, putting together a serious plan to stop the mighty Mustangs offense.
Offside called on Clifton there. Clifton's offense is in uproar, basically. Simon's throwing his arms up aggressively. They don't like the call, and especially in a stake like this, you're down 1 goal. You only have 37 minutes left to secure this win on your senior night and to secure the victory over the league. So, yes, I believe that they should be in uproar over a call that they believe shouldn't have been made at the stakes at which this game is held.
Credit to their coach, Paul Giglio, who is 7-4 this year, 6-2 in the Big North Liberty. Done a great job so far game planning against this Clifton offense and defense, to be fair.
Marco's going to take that ball, cross it in. The center back goalkeeper is going to claim that ball and fall to the ground. Kennedy is going to play the game of wasting time with 36 minutes to go. Ref is ushering him to stand up and to keep playing. That ball's going to be punted down the field. Tariq's going to miss that header, but Sammy's going to back him up and win that second ball. You could hear Coach Lumberg again from here. His team is down, but their spirits cannot be down. He knows that they have to get this goal. They have to secure this win. They have to at least tie it before they hit the 30th minute mark. And maybe they have a late winner, but they need to at least tie to give Clifton that momentum, put Kennedy's confidence down to where it started, and they need to secure this win.
Clifton's got to keep the pressure on here, Robbie. You know, Clifton has been, you see how far back that this defense is playing. So by the time Clifton gets past the line, it seems like they're already tired, but they have to score here.
A shot taken, ripped off the post. That is an unlucky attempt. Clifton is putting the pressure on. They need to secure this win. They need to put Kennedy under the pressure. Like Coach Lumberg says, put the pressure on and don't lift your foot off. Put the pedal to the metal, don't lift it off. That attempt, inches away from tying the game, and they cannot stop there. They need to keep going. They need to put Kennedy under that pressure because eventually it will crack.
And you know what? Clifton, I have to give them credit so far. They have done a great job putting the pressure on Kennedy, but Kennedy's not, you see the cracks, but Clifton hasn't broken it open yet. You see the crack in the window, and the window slowly closing, and it's that window of opportunity. That one hit right off the goalpost. You could even see the goalpost for a couple seconds shaking. That's how hard that kick was. Robbie, I couldn't get a good eye on who kicked that. Do you know who took that shot?
I believe that was either Tariq or Sammy.
Two guys with very strong legs.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't want to take a shot. I wouldn't want to be that goalie and have to make a save when they kick the ball at me. Heck of a shot there. Great attempt, but Clifton, keep the pressures on. And an official's timeout here.
Ref had shared a few words with the Kennedy coach there. Credit to the referees. They've been kind of spot on when it comes to coach infringement or if the coach was yelling on the field. They've been keeping this game at par and making sure the team doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to be fair to the Kennedy side, too, I mean, I'm sure they're not thrilled about having two red cards dished out to their goalkeepers. I mean, one of them, you know, the first one you can make an argument that there shouldn't have been a red card. You can make that argument. But the second one, there's no argument to be made. You even saw the Patterson Kennedy coaches. They were like, he messed up. That's on him. He knew it as soon as they saw it.
Chen reclaims that ball at the top. All the way back to Brian. Swings that ball into the left post. Tariq's going to hunt that down. Kennedy's ushering for an offside, but none will be called, and that's earned Tariq and his team a throw-in.
It's a good place to have a throw-in too. But you know, they're playing so close and tight defense that you got to get a good throw-in here, and you got to make sure you set something up.
Flicked over into the middle of the box. Madger's going to hunt it down. Going to swing a ball in over the top, and the goalkeeper is going to collect that ball.
Excellent job getting in front of that and making a nice play. It's funny, you know, he kind of caught that like an American football player, backed up and caught it like he was a tight end making a touchdown. And I hate to draw, you know, references for other sports, but I feel like that's kind of what I just saw there, considering we are playing on a football field. But Clifton going to try and get as many chances as they can. And another strategy that Clifton uses in their games that they just tried to use there, dump and chase. But this is a team that you're not going to outrace. Patterson Kennedy has shown and proven you in this game alone that they are just as fast as Clifton. So if you want to win the foot race against Patterson Kennedy, you better wear them down. And those shots, I think, are what's going to cause Patterson Kennedy to get tired and allow Clifton to, you know, see that opportunity, that window of opportunity, and go right through it and tie this game up at one, maybe even take the lead. But Patterson Kennedy's putting their foot on the gas.
And that through ball is going to be seen out by the goalkeeper. Clifton's been in Kennedy's half for, I would say, more than half of the 8 minutes that have been played in the second half. They're not giving up. They are putting Kennedy at as much pressure as they possibly can to try to form a crack in their team and to earn a goal back, to tie the game, and then use that momentum to secure a lead. That goal is going to be flicked over. Miko's going to chase that ball down and give him to a stop. Mikola's going to body him. Whistle is called. Ref reaches into his pocket, and a yellow card is given to Mikola after that shoulder-to-shoulder tackle.
And and I believe that is definitely deserving of a yellow card. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious. That might be even, you can argue that could be earned for a red card. You could definitely make that argument, but they're going to take that man advantage. They're going to take any kind of advantage they can get, especially with the players they've lost so far this game. But I would give Miko credit. That was not a bad play. You might have saved the goal right there.
Oh, yeah. And that free kick's going to be whipped in through everyone. Played forward. Players and fans are ushering for a handball, it appears like, but none will be given. Wilson is going to charge up the field past Kennedy's pressure. Play the ball forward. That's going to be received by Marco as he storms out and is run out of bounds.
Very good defense from Clifton there to be able to get it out. They were looking for a handball. Refs clearly didn't see anything, and a good job. It got past the first two. There was like a group of Mustangs there. Got past two of them, and a good stop there, being able to boot it downfield. Then Clifton going to try and get on the attack here.
Marco's going to hunt that ball. Marco has been really aggressive in that game in this half so far. That is what makes him such an amazing player. As a senior striker, he uses that momentum and that aggressiveness to hunt down balls. He turns 50-50 balls into pretty much 100 balls most of the time. And even if he doesn't win the ball, he gives all that effort in to put pressure on Kennedy, make them even more nervous, so that second ball is a higher chance that he will win that ball.
Been a good slide tackle there just to get that ball out and forces Clifton to do another throw-in. And to be fair to Patterson, Kennedy, these Knights, they have done a great job defending the throw-ins. But Clifton, again, dangerous team, could strike at any moment. So let's see how this progresses with 30 minutes left to go here in the game.
Brian's going to take this throw-in for Clifton. He's going to try to find Simon, who's going to be met with immediate pressure from Kennedy. That ball's going to find Salmon. He's going to try to cross the ball in, but it's mishit off his foot and out for a Kennedy goal kick. Clifton's at the stage of the game where they can't let the pressure get to their heads. They are goal down. There's 30 minutes left, and that time is only going down. They have to keep their heads high, and they have to keep the momentum going to try to at least earn that goal back. They can't be playing too frantic, but they can't be playing too relaxed. The time is ticking to tie this game and to then secure a win.
And Coach Lemberg just ordering the team around, trying to get them in the right positions to potentially get this ball back quickly and efficiently. And that's the beauty of having Stan Lemberg as your coach. He knows what he wants, he knows how he wants it done, and he has the right group to do it. And there's a whistle there, and Clifton will have another chance, another major chance here.
Quick played into Emery. Emery's going to try to turn. Marco's going to hunt that ball again and earn Clifton a throw-in. You can hear Lemberg's voice again. He is screaming at his team, encouraging them, ordering them around. He's making sure that their heads do not drop, that they stay high and they stay and put that pressure on Kennedy, because eventually they will score as Chen rips a shot from distance and is blocked by Kennedy. You can see the urgency as Shep runs back to retrieve that ball and then is played to Brian.
And that's another important thing that we need to talk about, sense of urgency. And a good play made there in net, but sense of urgency. When do you start having that sense? When do you start going a little frantic and trying to put everything you can, put all the dominoes in piece to try and get one in the back of that net? Clifton is struggling right now. They are truly struggling. I've never seen anything like this. So we'll see how this progresses even further. 28 and a half minutes left to go in regulation.
Like I said before, senior night is a night full of emotion, and when it comes to a game like this, you need to put all that soapiness, all that emotional part of the game aside, and you got to focus. And I think for most of these seniors, they're becoming frantic because they don't want to lose on their senior night. Especially in a big game like this, you want to have a great memory in relation to your senior night, and that's why you see Chen, Mika, Tariq, all of the captains urging their team on because they want to get this win for a memory of their senior night and for the security of the league.
And I feel like the number one thing is the superiority of the league. They want to win this league, having just that placement, knowing that, hey, we won our league, we're the best team in our league. It's bragging rights. That's what you want. And another whistle given there.
Clifton's going to go to defend this corner. Tiago is demanding his back line, telling him where the wall should be, informing his team, encouraging them, and pushing them. He's such a vocal keeper. He is amazing with his feet, amazing shot stopper, and he's amazing with his vocals. He instructs his team, and he's making sure that wall is exactly where he wants it. And he's even guiding Chepley in the middle of his box.
And this was a kind of a similar spot as to where Patterson Kennedy scored their first goal at the 9.5-yard line, and very well defended. I feel like he kicked that a little low, Robbie. I don't know if it went off his foot wrong or if he was trying to slice it through in a very tight window, but that just didn't look like what they were going for.
Yeah, I want to point out an interesting strategy is Kennedy has a corner kick. There are 4 players defending for Kennedy. They are really just trying to secure this win, not really score, but to make sure that defensively they are sharp, which if you look, there's 6 players now in Kennedy's defensive area when they just had a corner kick. And Clifton is pushing forward on this counterattack. Lucas Chen driving the ball down the left field line, all the way to Tariq in the middle. He's going to try to fight Simon, that's going to be sniffed out by Kennedy. Mastery's going to get on the ball.
You know, Robbie, I thought about that, and I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be better for Kennedy to get a 2-0 lead? I mean, of course, it doesn't matter what the score is. You just want to win in the end. But to get a 2-0 lead, now you can really sit back and play defense. You don't got to worry. I feel like if that was Clifton, or maybe most of the other teams, honestly, that Clifton's gone against this year, they would give everything they have.
I just think that Kennedy knows how dangerous this Clifton team is on counterattacks. I don't think they want to risk the ball coming in. Mikola's going to get his head on it, and it's going to be pushed forward, and then Kennedy's going to be met with the storming bodies of Marco, Simon, Chen, and Tariq. I don't think they want to risk a counterattack, especially with a Clifton team that is as good with counterattacks as this team is. This ball is going to be played short for the corner. Played again on the top of the box. Going to be shot, and that's going to be over the crossbar and over the fence.
You know, Robbie, I like that they got a corner kick, and I even said during halftime, I think Clifton's a corner kick away from tying this game. But I don't like the idea of playing it short. I get it, but if it was me, I would have put it in front of the net. There are many bodies in front of that net, and you have a guy in net who is the third-string goalkeeper. Make him frantic. Make him not know where the ball is. That's how they got the first goal past Tiago anyways, so why not try and do the same thing that they did? I get the idea of playing it short, and I like the shot that they took, but if it was me and if it was my decision, I would have just put that in front and tried to get something going.
Emery's going to cross that ball out to his brother out wide. Tariq's going to beat him on the width, swing across in, and that's going to earn himself a corner. Again, this corner is crucial. Will Clifton keep his strategy of playing short? Will they try to go long? Will they try to put bodies in front of the goalkeeper? Because they have every man in the 18 except Brian, who's holding down the fort around Kennedy's 30th yard line. As the corner is played short, whipped into the box, back post. Mikola gets a head on it. It goes back to the center. Popped up. A foul is called as the Kennedy player is shoved to the ground. I think it's getting to that point where the aggressiveness is playing forward, and Clifton players are doing whatever they can to try to get ahead, and even if that means playing the way that they really usually don't.
Yeah, those are 2 corner kick opportunities down the drain, and that window is closing, Robbie. Patterson Kennedy's not cracking here. I mean, Clifton's had a lot of chances, and Patterson's defense has been unbelievable. And Clifton, there's a strong chance that Clifton might get shut out.
That ball is played out wide. He's going to try to cross it in. Marco's on the other end of it. Takes a shot, and it is just wide to the left of the post.
And he's annoyed about that. You saw him with his hands on his head. He knows that was all him, and he just couldn't put it in when they needed it most. Clifton that was the biggest opportunity so far of the game for Clifton, 100%. And they just couldn't come through. I mean, Patterson's defense has been great, to say the very least. Great is an understatement.
Miko is going to look forward. He's going to play Shepley on the width. Kennedy is playing very deep in their own half. Out wide to Bryan as the back line pushes forward. Out wide to Nazar. Nazar's going to try to find Marco on the width, but it's going to get blocked by Kennedy as Kennedy rushes forward. Many bodies staying in their own half. Takes on Clifton players and gets past them as they play out wide. Emery's going to close it down in the middle. Chen's going to help him out to double, and Simon's going to rush forward. Deflected by Lucas Chen and popped up. Win back by Tariq.
Good job by the Clifton defense there, putting the pressure on them and trying to get an attack going. Clifton just can't. Once they get past the midfield, it's just a major struggle.
Kennedy's going to rush forward on the right field line as a Clifton player is down. Clifton player is up as that ball is thrown into Tariq. Popped over to Emery as he bodies the ball and keeps it with them. Takes the move. Tariq's going to get the other end of it. Plays it through to Simon, and the offside flag is pulled. Simon's goal will not count as the linesman lifts his flag and calls the offside. Not much argument on the field from Clifton's side about that call.
Yeah, I feel like that was pretty much offside. I mean, they saw it from a mile away. I got my hopes up too. I thought this game was tied, but it is still 1-0 Patterson Kennedy, and like I said, there's no argument for Clifton to be made. I mean, he was offside. I mean, if he would have gotten away with it, there would have been a massive uproar from the Patterson Kennedy sideline.
As Nazar hunts that ball down on the side, he's going to hunt that ball again. Masri's back to help him. Bryan's going to follow him down the width as he gets past Clifton. Bryan's shouldering him, trying to delay that ball as it's the key principle of Clifton's attack. As a free kick is earned by Kennedy, and they have a scoring opportunity here. In the 20th minute of the second half, they cannot afford to give up any more goal-scoring opportunities. Kennedy remains to hold 4 of their own players on their halfway line. They're trying to avoid any potential of a Clifton counterattack.
And we are officially halfway through the second half. We are 3/4 of the way through this game. Clifton, nothing on the board. Patterson Kennedy up 1-0 and can make it 2-0 here.
And this ball is taken from distance. And goal kick is earned. Thiago is ushering for the ball. He wants to get this game going. He knows how crucial these 19 minutes are to secure a win, at least to tie it and to force it into overtime. Mikol is going to drive the ball with all the space that Kennedy has given him as he reaches his halfway line. Plays it to Lucas Chen. Kennedy is staying very far back with 7 players on their 30-yard line. They have really parked the bus. That slips through to Tariq out wide. Tariq passes through.
That's a rough one there. That's just a rough one there. I don't know about all that one, Robbie. I mean,
Coach Lundberg is clearly not pleased with that call. He is sure that Tariq was onside in his pursuit of the goal.
That's 2 times now Clifton was supposedly offside. I agree with the first one. That one, I don't know if I agree with there. And you know what? Credit to the refs, though, because those are a lot of close calls. Like,
Kennedy drives towards goal, cuts inside. That is deflected brilliantly by Mikola as it's played out wide to Nazar. He plays it out wide to Simon. Simon's going to try to body the ball, and he's going to earn himself a throw-in. Kennedy's fans are loud as ever to cheer their team on in the last 18 minutes of this game, of this crucial league-on-the-line game. Kennedy's going to boot that ball forward, and Thiago's going to meet it in his own half. He's going to get this ball right back into play to Mikola, who's going to look forward. Clifton is playing a high line, matching Kennedy's very deep line. Chipped over the top. Marco's going to run after it. A bicycle kick to clear it. Brilliant defensive play by Kennedy.
That was an excellent clear. I mean, a bicycle kick to clear. I mean, the amount of awareness you got to have on the field to pull off something as acrobatic as that is second to none. That was an excellent clear by them.
Played out wide to Nazar. Nazar's going to try to find the cross, and he's going to be blocked by Kennedy's defender. His dreams of getting that cross in and getting the goal will be crushed. Tiago is playing such a high line. He knows how important these minutes are. He needs to get that ball back in play as fast as he possibly can. Mikola's going to drive that ball up to his 40-yard line. He's going to find Brian on the width. To Chen. Chen's going to take the space as Kennedy drives behind him to try to close in that gap. Tariq's going to run after it again. Kennedy's going to try to shoulder it out for a corner and earn his team a foul.
Patterson Kennedy going to having a field day on defense, but I think Clifton is doing a good job so far wearing him down. I mean, Clifton has had so many offensive opportunities. And I keep saying Clifton's got to wear him down. They got to wear him down, and they're doing that right now. But even then, when they try and wear him down, they're not running out of stamina. They look like they are more fueled than ever. They look like they're just a bunch of fresh players out there playing as good as they've ever played. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is an unremarkable game so far. Oh.
That ball's going to be blasted into the sky. Mikola's going to mishead that ball. Brian's going to reclaim it, and he's going to win that second ball. All the way back to Tiago. He's going to get the ball right back into play to Evan Shepley. And he's going to take the space. Kennedy striker is putting an incredible amount of pressure on those backs. Tariq's going to get past the attempted slide tackle by Kennedy. Played the ball all the way up the field. And he's going to head that ball forward. Again, and he's going to get the second ball. Cut inside. Nazar on the width. Going to try to take a shot from distance, and he misses by feet.
Just a tad wide by a few feet. I mean, there have been so many chances where Clifton has taken shots that have been inches, feet, just a little bit wide of the net. But Patterson Kennedy's been putting Clifton in situations where they have to take shots that are really tight and really difficult shots to take. You got to be able to be an airbender essentially to make those shots. And they've been doing a great job on defense.
Nazar's going to get that ball away, trying to beat the Kennedy defender one-on-one. He is taken down, but Kennedy earns the foul there. 15 minutes left to go in this game, and this is going to be the most crucial 15 minutes of, I think, Clifton's season so far.
Yeah, these 15 minutes are pretty much determining the season. I mean, if they can win this game, Clifton could go into Saturday with the most confidence ever, but this is a team that has to win this game. This is a must-win for Clifton. Senior night at the stadium. I mean, this is a huge deal.
Chen's going to hunt that ball. Chen's playing more of a middle position in this second half. Aiden Mazur going to hunt that ball again. Kennedy's on the attack. Mikola's back with him. Chen tracking all the way back to reclaim that ball for Clifton. Going to find Tariq out wide as Kennedy closes in on him. Emre in the middle, driving towards goal. Plays out wide to Aiden Mazur. He's going to take the space. Going to play out wide to Nazar. Takes the shot from distance. And the offside is called again.
I think that's the third offside on Clifton so far in this half. And it is unbelievable. I mean, the amount of offsides that have been called this game have been unbelievable. And credit to the refs. These are all pretty good calls. But Clifton has to be more aware of where they are on the field. Situational awareness is everything in sports. And they are not having the amount of situational awareness you need to go against an aggressive team like Kennedy, who has been doing what they've been doing best all season in this game.
A ball from Brian. Long diagonal ball is going to be found on the end by Tariq. He's going to try to get a cross in. There's going to be a deflected cross that will not reach the feet of anyone. Mikola's going to get that ball from Shepley, and he's going to drive forward. Going to find Masri on the width. As we play a chip to Simon, and that's going to reach the goalkeeper.
And their goalkeeper hasn't had to do a whole lot of hard work. This Kennedy defense has been top tier. I can't even express that enough. How good this defensive showing has been for Patterson Kennedy. I can't. The Knights have truly been unreal tonight.
Shapley's going to drive that ball forward. The urgency of this Clifton side is very, very obviously there. They need to at least tie this game to force this game into overtime. It's a crucial game on a senior night. League on the line. Deflected out for a Clifton corner. This is Clifton's opportunity to tie the game here at 1. Clifton's going to look to play quick. Emery's going to look to be short. Fresh legs coming on the field for Clifton as 12 minutes remain in this game.
A big opportunity.
Aiden Madge is going to take this cross. Headed away. Emery's on the other end of it, top of the box. Chips it forward. A shove in the box. A penalty is awarded to the Clifton side. 11 minutes to go. The bench is electric. The players are electric. They know this is it. They need to score, force this game, put the momentum back in their hands to secure the win, secure the league, and secure a win on their senior night.
And Robbie, if I'm not mistaken, the only people who can argue with the refs about that are the captains. I saw a few non-captains going up there and arguing, so even then, that should be a penalty on its own. But this right here, Clifton has to score here. You don't score here, I don't think Clifton deserves to even win this game.
This is going to be the biggest kick of Emery's season so far as he lines up to take this penalty. The whistle is blown. Emery steps up. And he misses it wide.
Or did that go through?
Wait, it appears to have gone through the net.
Did it go through? Did it go under the net?
It appears the ref has awarded a goal for the Clifton side. A goal has been awarded for Clifton High School. This is the goal that they needed.
Wow.
Gave me a little bit of a heart attack there. I thought it went wide, but it clearly went through a hole in the net.
And from our point of view, it didn't even look like it went in. The crowd for Patterson is going nuts. They thought they saved it. I couldn't even tell, but it appears to have gone under the net and went through, and Clifton has some life finally pumped back into them. With 11 minutes left in 11 and a half minutes left in regulation, Clifton has a chance to maybe take the lead, or Patterson Kennedy has to fight back. And like I was saying, Patterson Kennedy, they made a huge mistake earlier in the game.
A three-ball to Marco. He's on the other end of the life of the game has been pumped back into Clifton with that goal by Emery.
Patterson Kennedy made a huge mistake earlier in the game. They had a yellow card dished out to Clifton, and they only had 4 people up there on offense. They could have made this a 2-0 game. It could be 2-1 right now.
Across. Emery cross. Simon's header hits the 90-degree angle of the crossbar in the post. Fans are in disbelief. That could have been the game right there. 10 minutes to go, and Simon's header is inches away. He was even running to celebrate. The bench is ecstatic right now. They are on their feet. They are jumping. They are screaming. They are loud as ever. Inches away from securing a win.
I can't believe that. That was unbelievable. That hit right off of the corner of the goalpost where the crossbar meets the post, right on that 90-degree angle, like Robbie said. What a shot. And I believe it's honestly harder to hit that 90-degree angle than it is to actually get it in the net. That's unreal. I'm an announcer, and I'm lost for words. We have less than 10 minutes to go here, and we are tied at 1 apiece.
Madge is going to reclaim that ball, and he's going to push forward. 9 minutes to go in this game. He's going to find Simon, and that's going to be cleared forward by Kennedy. This has been a very eventful game here at the Clifton Stadium. 2 red cards, a center back in goal, and now Clifton is on the attack to win this game. A long touch, keeper is out, makes the save, whistle is called, time is stopped, the keeper is down. That is a very rough hit.
save and a yellow card dished out there, and he takes a massive hit, and I believe the trainers are going to come out and take a look at him.
Once again, official timeout.
And that is a huge blow to the Patterson-Kennedy team again. That's a third goalkeeper down. I've seen one goalkeeper, I've seen two, I've never seen three, and now we might see four for Patterson-Kennedy, depending on the severity of the injury. Of course, we don't want to see any injuries here. We hate to see those, and I'm hoping that the young man who's injured is okay. We don't want to see any injuries, but the fact that he got hurt is a massive blow to the Patterson-Kennedy defense.
Is utilizing this time to talk to his team. They have now tied the game with 9 minutes to go. This is it, all or nothing for the league, for the memory of their senior night. This is it. This is the final. Less than 10 minutes is the deciding factor of this game.
And the Patterson-Kennedy captains over there on the field talking through things through with the ref, trying to figure out what should happen here. And a yellow card obviously dished out, but man, I mean, like, this is like unreal. I have no idea what is happening here. I mean, this is one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Attitudes are high. In the press box that keeper is okay. He is still down. That is a very rough hit from Sammy that got Sammy a yellow card.
And luckily he's on his feet.
And he is on his feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to put your hands together.
And obviously the crowd, both sides, put their hands together. We're obviously praying for his health and hoping that he is okay. He is walking off the field with a little bit of help. But now the question is, Robbie, 4 goaltenders now. 4. What do you do as Patterson? I mean, what do you even do? I mean, that's a center back who was in at goaltender. Now who goes in? I mean, they've only started 3 goalkeepers all year. Now they're going with a 4th. This is truly like something I would see out of like a story, like out of a book. Like this is, I've never seen anything like this. I can't even like put it into words to what I'm watching right now. And I'm the announcer. How can I don't know how I can't even come up with words for this. I mean, obviously, emotions are high on both ends. 2 teams fighting for the league. You got fans from Patterson-Kennedy, and I got to give their fans credit. They have been loud, they have been strong all game, and they have been going berserk. The Clifton fans obviously filled up the student section and the parents, and watching their kids who are seniors in their last season ever as a high schooler. I mean, just tension's high. Everyone's so tense, but we're still waiting to see where they go here. And a 4th keeper.
A 4th Kennedy player who will now take the goaltending spot.
And I can't wait to talk to Coach Lembrick either tomorrow or at some point after this game. I have to ask him. He has been coaching and playing soccer his whole life. Has he ever, I don't think he's ever seen anything like this before. I mean, even then, I see him walking and pacing up and down the sidelines, and he's acting nonchalant. He's acting like, hey, let's go play our game. But I know inside his head, he's probably thinking, this is the craziest game I've ever been a part of. This is the craziest game that me, myself, and I'm sure you, Robbie, has ever witnessed. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
High-stakes game with red cards. 4th goalkeeper in goal now, and a nail-biter goal by Clifton with around 10 minutes to go. It is all or nothing now for Clifton. Chen's going to turn on the ball. Kennedy's putting in an incredible amount of pressure. Jordan's out wide. Going to cross it in. That's going to be deflected for a Clifton corner.
This is the craziest game I've ever witnessed in my life. 9 minutes left, 1-1. This one coming from the corner. 4th keeper in for Kennedy, but it is a fresh set of legs. Does Clifton play it short, or do they put it in front? Looks like they're putting it in front. Here comes the kick. That one in front, no one able to make a play on it.
Chen back in the box, rips a shot, and that is blocked by Kennedy.
Let that one roll out there. I think Kennedy wants to take this to an overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 minutes to go. I think in this moment they're probably thinking, let's get it to overtime and get to talk. We get to refresh each other. And Clifton doesn't want to go to overtime. You want to end this game now. You don't want to do a more nail biter aspect to this game. And Thiago's going to handle that ball with his chest and foot. Kennedy's going to reclaim the top of the box. What a nerve-wracking few seconds there in front of the Clifton goal.
And Thiago, I know, panicking right there, but a great job by him to be able to get that to the far side, or get that to the near side, rather, and push it out so Kennedy doesn't get a chance to score.
Now Marco's charging on the line with Emre. Emre's looking towards the middle, plays it back to Evan to reset the ball. Majri's out wide and filling a right back position. He's been all over the field tonight. That's one of the great aspects of the player. A cross comes in, back post, and Noah Jordan's not there in time. Chen's going to get the ball at the top of the box. I'm going to reset that ball again. Clifton's taking their time with this attack. They know this could be the last attack of the game, and they want to make sure that they utilize all that they can from this attack. Reset again. They're truly taking their time with 7 minutes to go on the clock. Mikkel's going to take a long diagonal ball, handled well by Nazar, and he's going to be called offside. He's clearly not okay with that call, but he's pushing back with his face turned. He's alert, and he's ready to keep this game going.
Another offside here, giving to Clifton an opportunity where they need to stay onside. Not good there for Clifton. I know Lembrick's he's going to be talking a lot about those offsides before this game when they travel to Wayne Hills on Saturday.
A foul called for Clifton. 6 minutes to go on the clock. 1-1 is your score here against the Patterson Knights and the Clifton Mustangs in a game for the league and on senior night. Matt's going to reclaim the ball. Diagonal ball to Jordan on the width. He's going to take the player one-on-one. Scissor kick outside. Stays on his feet and earns himself a throw-in.
Six minutes left to go. 1-1. And another Patterson Kennedy player is unfortunately down here, and they're going to call an official's timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, official's timeout. We're going to enter player on the field once again. Official's timeout.
And it looks like their third keeper is going back out there. I'm glad he is okay, and I'm glad he's healthy. This is a big news for Patterson Kennedy. They have a familiar face in there at net. I mean, not all too familiar, but familiar enough to where he's played most of the game and has made a couple of great saves. I mean, the only goal he's gave up was a penalty shot, and I didn't even see it go in. Neither did you, and neither did half the stadium. But you know, that's big news for Patterson Kennedy. But another player down. I hope he is okay. But this is also part of the time of the game, Robbie. You would know, as a player yourself, cramps. They start cramping up, and that's the issue. And he's going off the field. He's walking off now. He seems to be okay, and I hope he is. And I hope that's the case. But it probably is cramps. He'll probably be back in. I hate to make assumptions, but he probably will be. He's probably cramping up. Most of the Clifton players are probably going to start cramping up. There's 6 minutes, closer to 6 minutes, 5:58 to be exact, left in this regulation. So this is around that time where that starts to happen.
The 75 minutes in the cold. You're going to get some cramps as the throw-in is played in. And one again by Marco on the top of the box. He's going to dribble past. Chen's going to chip it over. And popped up again. Chen goes up for the header. His effort in this game has been absolutely incredible. He's been pushing his team. He's been pushing himself to their absolute limits. And that ball is going to be punted way up the field. Maj is going to reclaim it in the middle. He's been all over the field. I wish we could get a heat map for Aiden Maj. The whole field would be red.
Yeah, he has been all over the field today, and he's certainly been one of Clifton's top players, not only today, but all season. And he gets tripped up there and a whistle blown. And that is a big help for Clifton. They have to take advantage of this here. 5 minutes left. Clifton tied up at 1 apiece.
This is a good range for Clifton, a really good spot to earn a goal, or at least earn another goal-scoring opportunity in the form of corner.
And who takes this shot, Robbie?
I'm going to go with Lucas Chen. He's going to probably use his right foot here on the left side of the field. Lemberg is guiding his team once again. He's always been like an additional captain for this team. He's always been encouraging them. He's always been guiding them. That is why he's such an amazing coach. And Emery's going to try to play a through ball on the side, but that is read and deflected by Kennedy. And Clifton re-earns the ball at the top of their box.
I like that strategy there, trying to pass it and get a more clear shot. And it's not a bad strategy. It's a very good one, actually. And Coach Lemberg was clearly drawing something up. I like it.
Jordan's going to hunt that ball, scramble in the box, and Kennedy will earn themselves a free kick on their 6-yard line. 4 minutes to go.
Clifton's going to march back here. They're going to try and play the best defense possible, not let. And I think they're more so thinking, let's keep Kennedy from scoring, to opposed to let's get this game-winning goal. I mean, there's 4 minutes left. The Clifton just wants to put this into overtime. I think both of these teams want OT. And Robbie, is this one of those games that can end in a draw? Can this game end in a draw, or does there have to be a winner?
I believe this game could end in a draw.
Because I know it's for the league, so I believe it can end in a draw, and it'll just go to like other additional like breakdowns as to who will win the league. But
Chen's going to play the ball to Marco. Offside is called. That is another offside called on the Clifton side. I just know that Lemberg is not happy with that. He's not happy with either calls or the number of offsides that have been awarded for Kennedy against Clifton. 3 minutes to go as this ball is booted up the field to the left side with Tariq's side, and Tariq will awkwardly head that ball out of bounds. Shep's going to drive forward. Kennedy is playing very, very deep in their half. Salmoner, the freshman, is going to drive, play a through ball to Simon, middle of the box. Simon's touch is too big and awkward into the 6-yard line as collected by the Kennedy keeper.
6 offsides so far, I believe. I've been counting. I believe it's 6 offsides in this second half. Clifton is kicking themselves right now. 2.5 minutes left. Clifton putting it downfield, trying to just get one more on the board. You get one on the board here, you go home, and you go home winners.
And this ball is going to be punted down the field. Played all the way back to Mikola. He's going to boot it up the field to Simander's side of the field. Emre's hunting the ball, battling out for the ball over there, and a whistle is called on Clifton for Kennedy. The Kennedy keeper, third keeper, will be coming up to give this kick at the Giddens. Could be Kennedy's last attack before the overtime.
93 seconds left to go here in regulation. Clock is still ticking. Clifton trying to play as good defense as possible. Maybe get on the board before that. If they do, call it luck, call it skill, call it whatever you want. But these teams are giving it all they got. They're leaving everything they have on this field right now.
And what could be Clifton's last attack of the game, that ball is headed out by Kennedy with a minute left on the clock. Evan Chapley's going to try to quickly throw that ball in.
A minute left here. 1-1.
Treat's going to play in middle to Chen, out wide. Jordan's going to beat him out wide. He's going to try to play a cross in. Cross comes in, and that is cleared out. Chen's going to reclaim that at the top of the box.
40 seconds. Both team, Clifton on the attack here. Trying to just get one more on the board. A great pass there.
Salmonder's out wide. Deflected off Kennedy. Salmonder's going to try to play another ball in. Going to bounce over Kennedy. Chen's at the top of the box. And cleared by Kennedy. Clifton 20, now 18 seconds on the clock left in regulation time.
A quick throw in here. Clifton trying to get on the board. 10 seconds now.
Chen's at the top, gonna take a shot. Deflected by Kennedy.
4 seconds. 3.
Miko's gonna take a shot. And that is good. That is the end of regulation time, and they will move into the first overtime period.
We're heading to overtime.
And we are going to overtime. We are tied. 1 here. Clifton 1, Patterson Kennedy 1. As we go into a slight break, we will be back. And we are back once again. Vincent Chanchulo, Robbie Neeson. Overtime. 1-1. Red cards, yellow cards, penalty shots. Everything you could ask for in a soccer game has happened so far. This is one of the best games I have been a part of. I'm sure this is one of the best games that Robbie has experienced. One of our students even here said this is something I wouldn't even see on a video game like FIFA. This is truly remarkable. This is one of the most interesting and fun matchups I've ever seen. Robbie, 10-minute overtime. Take it away, buddy.
Golden goal. Stakes are high.
First to score wins here.
Treek's going to cross that ball in. Simon's running through. Emery's on the other end of it. And then it's just wide as he tumbles over the keeper, but he earns his team a corner.
We're 20 seconds in, and we were feet away from ending it. What is happening here at Joseph Greco Field tonight? Is there something in the air?
Is it a full moon? I don't know.
Oh, man, this is just beyond anything I've ever seen before.
This is one of the most craziest things about overtime is that it could end in 15 seconds or 20 minutes. And as Emmerich crosses the ball in back post, off the post and over the goal.
I believe it hit the goal post, the yellow goal post, and went into the top of the goal. So, of course, obviously that means no goal. And it's still 1-1 here in this absolute crazy matchup.
Salmonder's going to win that ball. He's going to drive forward. Going to beat him out wide, move himself out wide. Fakes him out as he goes jumping. Salmonder's going to lose the ball, unfortunately. He's going to play that ball up the field.
And that, he did jump, and he thought he faked him out, but he got his feet set and was able to make a great play on the ball. And Clifton so far, this entire 2 minutes so far that has gone by, a little less than 2 minutes, Clifton has been on the attack. Playing aggressive, not straying away from what their strengths are, and a good defensive play made there by the Knights defense.
A goal kick is awarded.
Why was there... I don't understand. Why was there a goal kick awarded?
I was pretty sure that went off Kennedy, but maybe the ref saw something that I didn't. As Evans going to body this ball and win it.
I'm a little confused about the goal kick being awarded there.
Aggressive battles on the right side of the field as Kennedy earns himself a throw-in.
And Kennedy trying to get on the attack. They have not been on the attack for even a second so far in this OT.
Kennedy's going to move up a couple of yards with another throw-in. Evans going to defend that kick with his face, and he seems to be all right and up and moving. That ball's going to be popped up into the air. Chen's going to get on the bottom of it, and it's going to be booted off the field, almost hitting Clifton's bench. Evan Chaplin's going to drive that ball forward. Going to find Salmonder on the width. Going to cross it in. Simon's going to chest it. It's going to drop to Emery. Emery's going to play out wide to Salmonder. Kennedy's closing in on him really fast. He's going to earn his team a throw-in. Clifton has been dominating these first 4 minutes of overtime. This has been such a nail-biting senior night, high-stakes game. Treek, top of the box, going to take a shot, deflected, rebound by Emery, and then offside again is called on Clifton.
The offside is killing Clifton this game. They cannot seem to stay onside. They just can't do it. It's truly unbelievable. It's honestly getting out of hand, Robbie. I mean, this is a team that there's a million chances here to score, and they just can't seem to stay onside.
Kennedy's going to earn themselves a free kick on the 40-yard line. The stakes are high. 5.5 to go in the first period of overtime. Golden goal, first goal wins. Nail-biter of a game here at Clifton. And that ball is way over the crossbar.
And I think they're just trying to figure out which ball to play. So one of the other soccer balls ended up going into the net. Gave me a little bit of a few heart palpitations there, but of course, obviously it's not a goal. And it is still 1-1 as we are more than halfway through.
Chen's chasing down the ball in the 18. The keeper comes out to calmly collect that ball. A 60-yard ball over the top into a goal-scoring opportunity for Clifton. That ball is dumped down the field. Going to be won by Tariq, then which lands right to his brother's feet. He chips the ball over to Lucas Chen. The offside flag is pulled again. The Kennedy keeper makes an amazing save. Is down her even though there was an offside. Another offside. Simon goes up to the referee to express his concerns.
Yeah, Robbie, you know what I got to say here? I understand that there's been a lot of offsides this game. That one I can't get behind. I don't think he was offside there. I think he was quite far away from the line. Again, another really close call, and credit to the refs for coming up with a couple of good calls. But again, that one I can't get behind.
Here you go, you can see Lemberg's passion again on the side, trying to protect his players. Simon's running down the field as Kennedy boots the ball out of grounds. Coach again expressing his concern for his players. He wants to make sure his players are safe in that little tumble there on the 10-yard line. Lemberg is such a passionate coach. He has such a deep love for his players. He wanted to make sure that they are okay at all times during the game. That ball is going to be deflected by Kennedy. Chen has been all over the half in the second half in the first period of overtime as 3 minutes remain on the clock. Tariq's going to cross it in. It's going to be deflected off the face of Kennedy. Out wide to Tariq again. Clifton is going all or nothing in this first period of overtime.
3 minutes left to go here in this first overtime. And Clifton with a throw in. Just trying to get on the board here.
A little bit of a balancing act there on Chen's head as he balances the ball in his head. Shep's going to cross that in. Handled well by Kennedy as they clear it out. Clifton has been dominating these 7.5 minutes here in the first period of overtime.
They have been fantastic, Robbie. They have been on the attack for what feels like the entire time.
Tariq with the ball again. It's going to be taken off his feet by Kennedy as they move forward with the counterattack. Chen again all the way back. His passion is shining through clear as day.
And great job by the Patterson-Kennedy defense there. Doing an amazing job this game.
Emmerich keeps it in play as he is taken down and no call is made. There's call for a corner kick, but none will be awarded. In a game as high stakes as this, a corner could be the deciding factor between the league and not.
And here comes the kick, a free kick from their net.
Won by Aiden Masri, popped up. Lucas Shen's going to body that ball to make sure he keeps hold of it. Switched cleverly by Mika. He's not letting the pressure get to him. He's playing calm as he always does. Lucas Chen on the ball, crosses it in. Kennedy's going to clear it for a corner. Chen is ecstatic with that play. He is pumped a minute to go. This corner could end this overtime in this game right now.
There's 60 seconds though, but Clifton's going to try and milk out enough time to the point where maybe they get this corner kick off, but if Patterson somehow stops it and gets it back, they won't have much time to retaliate. And you can see that Thiago, he is currently at the 36-yard line. He's very far up, and he's confident in his boys here.
Cross comes in. Keeper comes out, punches it, falls to Jordan's feet. Jordan heads it across to Marco. to Mika. Mika's going to roll it inside. Popped up again. Simon's at the bottom of it. And the flag goes up again.
Another bad play there. You can't get the offside again, man. It has been the death of Clifton so far. It has been their biggest enemy this game. There's 10 seconds left, and I'd be stunned if anybody scores in this 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 2, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it for the first overtime. We are still all tied at 1. As we head into a second overtime, we will be back after this quick intermission. we are back again for a second overtime. 1-1. First goal wins. Division on the line. Senior night. Joseph Greco Field. High stakes. Emotions flaring. Everybody going berserk. Crowd is on the edge of their seats. Vincent Chiachulo, Robbie Neeson. Robbie, second overtime in your second game ever called. One of the best games I've ever seen. Robbie, take it away.
And Kennedy's going to take a attempted shot from distance.
And as you can see, they swapped places, so Clifton will be defending on the right side to your right. Patterson will be defending to their left. So Clifton will be defending with the wind in favor of Patterson Kennedy, so the wind against them.
Kennedy's going to reclaim that ball, and he's going to boot it up the field. They really aren't playing very aggressive in this overtime period.
I think both teams are just trying to play a chess match here, Robbie. They're just trying to out-technique each other and try and find another open hole to try and get a goal. There's only been 2 goals scored all game, both on our right.
Jordan's going to chase that ball down, and Kennedy's going to be forced to clear it out. Energy is very high on that Clifton side. Treat's going to be bodied to the ground. Going to be deflected off. Emery's going to hunt it down. Wins the ball, but Kennedy earns the foul. Clifton's going to reshape for this free kick. Mika's going to head that away. Up to Salmander. Kennedy right on his back. Simon on the width. Turns. Kennedy closing on his right. Slits it across. Jordan's on the other end of it.
I don't know what happened there, Robbie.
Lucas Chen again. Fires off the crossbar. Unbelievable scenes here. Off the crossbar. Lucas Chen is denied a goal-scoring opportunity.
That is just pure insanity. Oh my goodness. First of all, I think he tried to cross it on the first initial shot. There was no one there. It just went off his foot wrong. Then it hits off the crossbar. Then it goes out of bounds. This is craziness.
Cross is in. Jordan's on the other end of it. Popped up to the top of the box. Double teaming. Emery's going to win the ball back with the help of his brother. Kennedy goes on the counter attack. Emery is down. Evans hunting that ball. Marco's there all the way from the top to double team. Back to Mika. Emery is still down. He's now up.
And Emre, he's running, but he's looking like he's running a little bit he's hurting for sure.
To Shep. Evan Shepley's going to take the space. Through ball in. Goalkeeper comes out of the box and he claims it.
6:35 left to go. We're all tied at 1 in the second and final overtime.
Ball will be booted up the field. Over Tariq's head. Kennedy's chasing right behind him. Will reclaim the ball. Tariq's got to be there to make sure it closes down. He's going to reclaim the ball. Going towards goal. Fires. And that is wide. Kennedy is fired up there. 6 minutes to go. And a goal-scoring opportunity that could have ended the game. Thiago's going to play that goal kick out to Mikola. Going to find Aiden in the middle. Aiden has been absolutely incredible this game. He's been all over the field, doing well in all aspects aspects of the game, and he's been playing all 80 minutes in both overtimes, and he's still running with 100% energy. That ball is going to be cleared by Kennedy, earning Clifton a throw-in on the 15th yard line. And this ball is going to be thrown in, finding Simon just over Simon's head, claimed by the Kennedy keeper. Just about 5 minutes to go in the second and final overtime period. And this ball again will be booted up the field. Tariq's going to go. It's over his head. He's going to head it back to Tiago. Very clever play there, so Tiago pick it up and then play quickly to Mikola.
And we're halfway through this second overtime, more than halfway through, 4:50 left to go. Both teams on their toes, a couple opportunities here. Clifton again, though, doing a really good job on the attack.
Mikola's going to drive forward, going to find Tariq on the left. Chipped it over to Jordan. Jordan's going to handle it well. Pop it up to Emre. Emre's going to get under it. Man closing on his behind. He's going to get past him, and he's tripped from behind, earning a Clifton foul. Free kick in a very critical spot for Clifton with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go.
This is a game-changing free kick. This could be a game-changing free kick. I see Lucas Chen by himself pretty much outside by the 9-yard line. And he passes it to Chen.
Chen's going to cross it in. Mikola's going to get his hand on it. Popped up. Scramble in the box. Emery's on the other end. Shoots. And he fires. A Clifton goal as they beat Kennedy in a senior night. They secure the win on the league. A fight on the battlefield. 3 minutes and 47 seconds that do not need to be played. Clifton secures the win. Senior night and the league.
3:47 left on the clock, and Clifton secures the win 2-1 over Patterson Kennedy.
A shout out is deserved for Emre. Scored that penalty to put Clifton back in the game, and then scored the game winner in double overtime on senior night for the league for his seniors.
And there's no one happier than his brother Tariq, who is a senior this year. An unbelievable job by Emre Pesakit. I mean, they had it right there. You saw Lucas Chen come around. They had a few opportunities to score, and Clifton finally sinks one. And you can see the Patterson Kennedy team, they are not happy. But you know what, Robbie, you know what? They should walk out of here with their heads held high. They put up a heck of a fight, and in the best athletic game maybe I've ever called. I mean, this was truly remarkable. You see the seniors getting emotional on the field on senior night, and you can see that these guys are so proud of what they've achieved. I know Coach Lembrick is also very proud of these guys. Of course, they made their fair share of mistakes, but you know what, Robbie? They never gave up. They fought as hard as they could until the very end. And a phenomenal job, a truly phenomenal job by Clifton and the fans. To the fans that are here, to the parents, the friends, the family, to brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, whatever it is, they should be proud of what their kids put out there on the field tonight. This is the definition of truly leaving it all out on the field.
Absolutely incredible game here at Joseph Greco Field. Clifton comes out victorious 2-1 in a double overtime game. A league, I think they just secured the league with this win. They won it for their seniors, and they use this momentum to carry them forward to their Passaic County semifinals that will be held on Saturday at Wayne Hills.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clifton advances to 8-3. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your voice of the Mustangs, Vincent Chanchula, along with Robbie Neeson, signing off from Joseph Greco Field. Have a good night, Clifton.
The net at the bottom is connected to this. safely.